Hello everyone, I'm Tin Bejar of by Tin B, and welcome to my Wildflowers workshop series in partnership with Strathmore Paper. And for this video, let's bring vibrant black-eyed Susans to life with layered yellows. We'll focus on building contrast between the bright yellow petals and dark centers, using the glazing technique to create definition and that signature wildflower charm. Here's what you'll need to get started with this class. First, of course, the paints. I'll be using my MaimeriBlu watercolors for this painting. And for the paper, I'm using Strathmore Ready Cut watercolor paper in cold pressed. And I usually work with this kind of paper because cold press is a lovely texture that works really well for botanical subjects. For the brushes, I'll be using a variety of pincer round brushes along with mini detailers for finer work. Prepare other painting materials like a ceramic palette for preparing washes and mixing colors, and probably 2 cups of water, one for rinsing the brushes and one with clean water. And lastly, a tissue or a paper towel for controlling water and blotting your brush. Start by making a very light sketch. Keep your lines soft and minimal, just enough to guide your painting. This will help the delicate watercolor layers shine through without being overpowered by those pencil marks. We'll start by painting the petals of the black-eyed Susans with a tea mixture of yellow, and this will give a soft transparent base layer for the petals, capturing that light fresh look. Next, I'll use a milk-like mixture of yellow, probably a bit darker than our first layer. This will be our mid-tone to add depth to the petals. While painting, I'll carefully leave out some parts of the first layer to preserve the highlights. These areas of untouched paper will give the petals that soft, glowing effect. While waiting for the petals to dry, I'll move on to the leaves. I'll be using the graded wash technique for the leaves, starting with the richer pigment at the base and blending it out with clean water as I move toward the tips. This will create a smooth gradient. And as I paint the leaves, I'll leave out a thin line down the center of each one to represent the vein. I'll apply the graded wash technique to all the leaves in this illustration, creating that soft transition while preserving thin lines for natural partitions. And for the stems, I'll use a milk mixture of green and the tip of my brush to paint fine strokes, carefully following the sketch lines. I'll add another layer to the petals by using a cream mixture of yellow-orange, just a richer tone to serve as our midtones. I'm intentionally leaving out some areas of the lighter yellow to preserve highlights and enhance the tonal values, helping the petals appear more realistic. While the midtone layer on the petals dries, we'll work on the center of our black-eyed Susans. I'm using a tea-like mixture of Vandyke Brown for this to paint the center. This will create a soft base for the center's texture. Next is I'll be adding another layer. I'll use milk-like mixture of Vandyke Brown, carefully painting over the center while leaving out some parts of the first layer to preserve highlights. This will add dimension and give the center a nice glow while still keeping it light. Now it's time to add our shadows to the petals. I'm going to mix a cream-like consistency of orange and yellow to create a warm shadow color. I'll gently apply this mixture to the areas of the petals where the light doesn't hit directly, like the folds or where the petals overlap. This will help add depth and dimension to our flowers. Next, I'll add more shadows to the center for our black-eyed Susans by mixing a cream-like mixture of Vandyke Brown. I'll gently dab this mixture into some spots of the center to create additional texture. This will help define the intricate details in the center and make it look more lifelike. To give the petals more texture and detail, I'll use my detail brush to create thin lines coming from the center of the flower. These lines will follow the direction of each petal, helping to emphasize the natural flow and delicate structure of the petals. This will add a refined touch to the overall look of our flower. And to finish up, I'll gently erase any remaining pencil marks with an eraser. This will clean up the artwork and leave us with a crisp, polished black-eyed Susan painting. So this is our finished painting. We've used the glazing technique to build up layers, add shadows, and create texture, bringing these beautiful flowers to life. Thank you for painting along with me, and I'll see you in my next video.